over the age of 35, stop everything you're doing right now. After a lifetime of eating fatty foods, you may run the risks of a stroke or heart attack due to plaque buildup in your veins and arteries. To learn how you can reduce your risks, visit youthfountainlab.com or call 1-800-853-7856 today. This may be a life-changing call for you or someone you love. Thank you, and we hope to hear from you.
They have to do that. Our people don't. Keeping it 100 with a bunch of crash dummies and they're, jeopardizing your growth. You got to keep it real with yourself first. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a mixed bag of questions and solutions and answers. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't get it though. I don't understand how they get these opportunities and they getting, even a couple $1 million. We all know they ain't rich like they say, but you are doing a whole hell of a lot better than you was in the project though. So I don't know, my brother.
Yeah. So what happened with if you're privy to Kodak Black and Master P, because we sit here and we see that, and we often talk about, it needs to be some type of like a union or a hierarchy, in hip hop where it can show these young rappers, almost like at the NFL when they come in, you tell them about this, tell them about that. What happened with them, in your opinion? If what did that disconnect happen? Because Master P was almost standing, as a role model, a mentor to Kodak, and next thing you know, things just kind of broke apart. Right.
Well, it's unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? I mean, for starters, P tried to do the right thing and be a mentor and be a big brother. And he actually, he did that begrudgingly. He really didn't want to be, he did it out the kindness of his heart, but he had apprehensions, I should say. You know what I'm saying? Just because of the culture of the youngsters, you know what I'm saying? They can be a little difficult to deal with, they have a thing of entitlement. They think they know everything, but still, he pretty much, he did the godly thing and tried to help the kid. And, it's unfortunate. I seen some stuff that Kodak has said. All of that shit is not true because I was there for most of it. You know what I mean? And I think that, when you talk about these youngsters, like I said before, we got to keep it 100. We can't keep making excuses for these guys. A lot of these guys is on drugs, man, and they'll say whatever. We in the day and age where it doesn't matter if it's true or not. It's just attention is probably one of the worst drugs out right now. Attention and wanting to go viral and wanting likes and wanting the laugh and all of that. And nobody cares about having integrity, or they don't care about whatever they're saying is true or not. So with that situation, it was just an unfortunate situation. P tried to do the right thing in the wrong situation, basically.
True that. Now, one thing you just said is attention. It's probably the biggest drug and the biggest high out here right now. We see a lot of that going on, whether it be whatever social media account. It doesn't even matter the age. You got old motherfuckers doing this shit.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Talk about that, because obviously Master P went through his share of shit when people talking about him and his money situation and things like that. And now that seems to just be something that drives the culture. It's the drama. You know what I mean? But talk about that, how, you know what I mean, you guys deal with the unnecessary bullshit. Does that really affect him? Is he so driven? Does that affect his circle? I mean, you looked at me like I was crazy, like, nigga, hell no. But just talk about that.
Definitely. Well, for starters, there's never no money situation. Secondly, excuse me. No, that shit doesn't affect P. He don't hear that shit. He don't pay no attention to that shit. You know what I mean? That's my department. If I choose to address that bullshit, like same thing with Jay-Z and what's his man's name? What's his Memphis Bleak. Yeah. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Jay ain't going, but if something needs to be said, man, Bleak gonna step out and put a word to it. So you got some of the older cats that's as bad as the youngins. You know what I mean? I don't know, bro. This social media thing, like I said, this attention. is crazy, man. I don't understand that. And a lot of these guys operate with no integrity, you know, and we in the day and age of, like I said, man, people can say anything. People don't care. People just want a click. Everybody's trying to monetize shit. Everybody's trying to, you know, build up clout. I think some of these guys are just saying whatever because they have their own, things that they're trying to build and promote and trying to get a check out of somewhere, kissing up to somebody. But what kills me is how they always do it to us, though. You know what I mean? Because I can think of a couple individuals that always got something to say about some black folk, always dealing with black folks heavy-handedly, and always got something negative to say. But the minute that a other does something, you know, you want to ride conveniently. You know what I'm saying? You want to ride if somebody says something on another black dude, but if a other does something, then you mute. You know, you quiet. You don't have nothing to say. Even the same thing with these young dudes, like you were saying earlier, kind of with Kodak. You know, these guys will say all kind of disparaging things about, you know, their own or somebody trying to help them. But ain't nobody riding on the record company that you unhappy with. You ain't saying no names about the people up in the offices. You know, these young niggas ain't trying to, you know what I mean? Ain't trying to press none of these lawyers and none of these people that's stealing from them and that's prostituting them. You know what I'm saying? But the minute that somebody on social media do or say something you don't like, then you trying to step on them. You know, so it's just it's such a like I said, it's such a destructive culture, you know, and I don't want to act like I'm, you know, I'm not perfect. I'm not holier than thou. You know, I'm sure I've spoken out of turn, you know, a time or two. You know, we all human, you know what I mean? But again, I still try to do the right thing. If I mess up, I try to apologize. But like I said, there's no integrity, man. And these older cats, they really need to sit down because they leading these you know, and we know who we talking about. You know what I'm saying? They leading these youngins down a pathway of destruction. I mean, they destroying relationships. You know what I'm saying? For no reason, just being reckless on Clubhouse or on social media. I don't get it. It's a bunch of checker playing motherfuckers. Nobody is playing chess, you know, or not even Monopoly. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers sitting up playing checkers all day.